Hey, you feel any added pressure or weight with the last name you hold?
I don't think it's pressure. I think it's more so just like expectation from everybody else. Myself individually, just blocking that out, kind of just focusing on myself because every day can't be a bed of roses. So, you know, you're going to go through some adversity. You know, I like it. Like when it's adversity, I like it because I like to see how people react and how people so quick to change their opinions. You know, I'm so used to it now. It's not pressure. It's kind of just, you know, I know what it comes with.
In the world of college basketball, where social media judgment hits faster than a transition three and every legacy kid is placed under a microscope, no freshman in America is being watched more intensely than Syracuse sensation Kiyan Anthony.
Mom approves, absorbs the contact. Right here, look at this. Miller trailing the play. Skill beyond his years. For Houston and Uzan.
Today, he was out last game with an ankle injury, but he's out there. Anthony! I think they're going to count that. Yes, they will. Basket interference. And Carmelo's son, Kiyan Anthony, with a chance at a three-point play. And there's Dad looking on.
Listen, with Carmelo, we were in Beijing Olympics together, and I remember when Kiyan was first born. But to take on that crown, as heavy as it is, his father led the Orangemen to a national championship in 2003. To want that challenge, to want that smoke, to put on that Syracuse jersey, it's gotta feel good. Looking like they're ready to measure themselves up against the nation's best.
And look at this, a steal. Anthony throws it down.
From Syracuse, Fleming making some questionable passes down the stretch against Auburn, which allowed them to get back into it. Pressure as a freshman is a little bit different when the competition.
Shot fake, Betsy. He is.
You look right here, Kiyan Anthony handling the trap well. Tugler coming for the late contest.
And this week, the 18-year-old guard finally broke his silence on the pressure, the expectations, and the shadow that has followed him from the moment he picked up a basketball. The shadow of Carmelo Anthony, the Syracuse legend who delivered the program's one and only national championship in 2003. But the younger Anthony isn't running from that pressure. He's calling it out. He's embracing it. And maybe, just maybe, he's starting to redefine it. In a new interview clip posted by At Field of 68, college basketball analyst Rob Doster asked Kiyan the question everyone has wanted to ask, but few have dared to. How do you deal with being Carmelo Anthony's son? Kiyan didn't flinch. He didn't sugarcoat. He didn't deflect. He leaned into the truth. Yeah, you definitely feel it, he said with a rare vulnerability. I feel it every day just coming to practice. I feel it in games. I feel it before games. But it's something I embraced. Being comfortable, being uncomfortable.
I really with Kiyan though. He a dog. I seen him and AJ. They was just doing one of those funny interviews and they called me out. They said they was gonna beat me 11-1. They will though. But I still had to say they wouldn't. I'm at least gonna have 2.
You gotta at least talk.
Come on, man. We ain't talked when we first met like that, but my connection to bro and you saluted me.
It was always respect. You gotta be around the youngest. And then you gotta be able to have a conversation about what's going on. They teaching you teaching them at the same time. So I thought that the JBC game was a dope moment.
They don't just bring anybody on, but the players highly requested them. And you know, your son, you know, being one of those players.
He probably was a main one.
Exactly. How was it to sort of like see him as an artist, you know what I mean, and through your son's eyes?
They finding the underground songs and connecting with. So by the time you get involved and have those conversations in the round, driving to the games, it start to click in. Okay, let me get into their world. I'm gonna play their playlist. I'm gonna shock them. Yo, he playing this? Oh, like, you know, that's how you make that connection.
That's how you stay young too, man.
His style and his vibe and what he talking about and how he's speaking, his delivery is a lot different for that generation too, where a lot of people sound the same. You have to respect the artistry.
They got a different platform and they important to the up-and-coming music because they up-and-coming. I first talked to them in high school and now they on their way. Most of the kids in that game in the NBA right now. I kept up with all of them. Like, we all followed each other all that day. Like, I'm gonna be on y'all. I'm gonna watch the game and I'm gonna DM and be like, bro, come on, man, box out. I'm DMing you after a bad game every time, bro. Like, just cut down on them turnovers, man. You would have had a good game.
For a teenager carrying a last name that's practically synonymous with Syracuse basketball royalty, those words hit harder than any highlight dunk because he didn't deny the pressure. He didn't pretend he was immune to it. He acknowledged the weight, then explained exactly how he's learning to carry it. Whenever it's a new scenario or new situation, I just dive into what I've done before. Find places to be comfortable. Keep my mind right. Stay hopeful. That's the kind of maturity normally reserved for seniors staring down their final March Madness run. But Kiyan isn't a senior. He's a freshman who already understands what most players don't learn until they're 22 and leaving campus. Pressure isn't the enemy. Your reaction to it is. Kiyan didn't stop there. He addressed the other weight every modern athlete carries. The internet, the critics, the trolls, the commentators who never take a day off. The internet, the media, that doesn't really drive positive, he admitted. So you just keep a level head. Keep working. Keep your head down. Keep going. It's a powerful statement, especially in 2025 when every dribble, every missed shot, every step over, every off night becomes a meme in minutes. For most freshmen, that pressure has derailed entire seasons. But for Kiyan Anthony, it seems to be fueling one. Carmelo Anthony didn't just play for Syracuse. He became Syracuse. He led the Orange to their first, and still only, national championship in 2003. He became a top 3 NBA draft pick. He became a 10-time All-Star, scoring champion, Olympic icon, and Hall of Famer. Kiyan knows this. Everyone knows this. But here's what makes his story different. He's not trying to be the next Melo. He's trying to be the first Kiyan. And for the first time since he entered the national spotlight as a high school prodigy, we're seeing that difference. We're seeing a kid who knows the weight of the crown but refuses to let it crush him. A kid who understands that legacy is not inherited. It's built. This isn't a feel-good story about a freshman who says nice things about pressure. This isn't a Hallmark special. This is about results. Because while the world debates his identity, replays every interview quote, and compares him to his father, the Syracuse Orange are quietly doing something wild. They're undefeated, 4-0, no blemishes, no stumbles, no doubts. And Kiyan Anthony is a major reason why. He's currently Syracuse's second leading scorer, delivering buckets with the smooth confidence of someone who's been groomed for high-pressure hoops since birth. And now, the undefeated Orange are preparing for their biggest early season test. Houston, last year's NCAA finalists, a top-tier defensive machine, a program built to expose fear, inconsistency, and unpreparedness. In other words, a perfect test for a freshman learning to navigate pressure. If anyone doubted how seriously the basketball world takes Kiyan Anthony, the answer arrived in bold, unmistakable fashion. Jordan Brand signed him. This isn't your typical NIL deal. This isn't some local car dealership. This is the crown jewel of basketball sponsorships. Jordan Brand doesn't choose popular kids. It chooses future stars. And the class of 2025 signing class proves it. Sarah Strong, #1 recruit in the country. Cayden Boozer, national champion Cayden Boozer. Duke's statistical leader and monster talent Kiyan Anthony, New York's top prospect and rising Syracuse star. They're calling it one of the strongest NIL recruiting classes Jordan Brand has ever assembled. And now, Kiyan is part of the lineage. A lineage that includes Zion Williamson, Carmelo Anthony, Kiki Rice, and other generational talents. This isn't hype, this is validation. From the moment Carmelo Anthony stepped off campus in 2003, Syracuse basketball has spent decades searching for a star who could carry the same combination of skill, charisma, and big game confidence. There have been flashes, there have been tournament runs, there have been memorable names, but nothing like this. Because this time, the basketball gods didn't just hand Syracuse a star, they handed them a story, a legacy sequel, a dynastic continuation, a chance to rewrite destiny with the son of the man who gave them everything 22 years ago. And so far, Kiyan is not only living up to the expectations, he's exceeding them. He's poise, he's discipline, he's maturity, he's production, he's star power. He's the type of player who can lead a team in March, not because of his last name, because of his game. If this pace continues, if the scoring keeps rising, if the undefeated streak grows, if Kiyan keeps displaying this level of maturity, NBA scouts are going to start circling like hawks. The whispers are already starting. He's a top 20 pick. He's got Melo's footwork, but more modern spacing. He's ahead of schedule development-wise. And perhaps the most important whisper, he's building his own legacy. Because one thing is now clear, Kiyan Anthony isn't just Carmelo's son. He's not just a freshman with a famous name. He's not just the kid with the Jordan brand contract. He's becoming something bigger, a name that stands alone, a player who commands attention, a star in the making. Pressure didn't break him. Expectations didn't intimidate him. The internet didn't crush him. Instead, Kiyan Anthony stepped forward, spoke honestly, and then delivered on the court. And if this is how he handles year one, what happens when he becomes the face of the program? What happens when the season heats up? What happens when March arrives and the world is watching again? Syracuse fans feel it. NBA scouts feel it. The basketball world feels it. The next chapter of the Anthony basketball dynasty is officially underway. And Kiyan Anthony, he's not running from the pressure. He's thriving in it.